Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Welcome in. 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. Rob Breaux alongside Jeff McGuire, Lucas White behind the glass. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. We'll recap the Texas Tech softball season. Now that is over, the Texas Longhorns go back-to-back in the softball world. We'll also talk a little hockey, a little basketball, and anything else you want to discuss. The Texas Rangers will be getting reinforcements, allegedly, this weekend as they send a couple guys down, bring a couple guys back up from injury. We'll talk about all that as we move through today. We are in the First United Bank studio. You can call in the Visual Edge IT hotline, 806-771-0973. You can also hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We'll give you a question to answer here in just a second. We'll answer that question at 9:30 ourselves and then move on with the rest of the show. You can find those chat lines on the Double T Sports Network.com. You can find them on the apps brought to you by Happy State Bank. You can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/Double T Sports Network. And you can see Jeff's smiling face on Fox 34 News Now. Jeff, how you doing?
Smiling face.
Yeah, there it is.
Helping everybody out.
Sure.
Man, it's hard to smile today. I am not as frustrated today as I was after the Oregon loss. I am more frustrated than I was last year for the loss to Texas in the College World Series. I am way less frustrated today than I was after the national championship game or 2008 Oklahoma.
I think the most frustrated I've been this year in a sporting event was the basketball tournament.
NCAA?
Yeah, because that was just a complete no-show. You got smoked by 40.
I guess it's the expectations. I don't know that I had expectations that the men were going to do a lot in the tournament with how everything ended at the end of the year.
Yeah, wouldn't have minded a loss, but 40 was a
Sure.
40 piece.
There was an expectation to win a national championship for softball.
Yeah.
And that started last year at this time. Well, technically tomorrow last year. So that's where I sit. Rangers play tonight. Astros lost last night. They also play tonight.
Yeah, that
Welcome
Astros,
to the summer.
The Astros Pirates series finished last night. We'll tell you about that in the headlines. Maybe we do this for the chat line. Maybe we ask them what the most frustrating sports loss they've had in the last couple of years, because you've had a lot if you're a Texas Tech fan, quite honestly. I thought Jerry said it well after the game, that yes, he was frustrated and mad that they lost, that they did have a really good opportunity to win a national championship for the second year in a row and squandered it. But this team won 61 games and had a really, really, really good season. So I really am not too broken up about the softball team. I know there was championship or bust expectations because of the NIL money, but I don't know. I'm past that as a sports fan. I think people have had advantages with money for a long time, and I do understand that there is going to be the national narrative that Texas Tech is, I guess, the new Texas in regards to doing less with more. But you've played for a national championship for 2 straight seasons, and this team had never been to Oklahoma City.
I don't know that I can. I mean, I can listen to the Texas Tech is the latest team to start buying into, spending the money of the Blue Bloods and all the advantages of that. And I can get into the new money versus old money kind of conversation. I can buy all of that. I can't buy into the doing more with less yet.
Doing less with more.
Doing less with more. Because You made it to the college football playoff for the first time in your program history. You won a Big 12 championship for the first time in your program history. You played in the Big 12 championship game. And this is football, obviously, for the first time in your program history. You've had a ton of success on the basketball side, minus a giant injury this past year, which completely derailed your program, and it would have for anybody involved. And your softball team made it to the College World Series back-to-back years and came within 3 wins of winning 2 national titles. I don't know that I can say doing less with more.
Yeah, that was what I was saying was specifically in regards to softball, and that narrative is already out there.
Well, that narrative is stupid.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. That was
Lucas, get on that. Get that narrative out of here.
You won't. The softball world has already run away with it because of how ESPN portrays Texas Tech, because of, quite frankly, how you portray yourselves. That's out there. You're brash. Yes, we took your players. Yes, they're here for us now. Yes, we paid them. And that's from players' dads and boosters and the head coach. So we don't mind being the villains. That's a Jerry Glasgow quote. And now you have to live with it. And you have to create an opportunity to where you can win a national championship. And you know what? You've created 2 opportunities. You just hadn't busted through the door. But Texas lost 2 or 3 before they finally broke through and had been there several times. I think Mike White had been to 9 Oklahoma Cities before he won a national championship or something crazy like that between his last 2 spots. Now, Jerry is of the age where he probably needs to get it done the next couple of years before he retires off into his hunting or fishing or whatever he wants to do, or hitting coaching somewhere. But 61 wins is nothing to sneeze at here. I was certainly frustrated in the moment. I was frustrated with the intentional walks. I think if you let somebody beat you, you just let them beat you over the fence. In that situation, and then to do it twice to Reese Atwood, I thought was, I mean, you have the best pitcher in the game, right?
Yes. Or the second best pitcher in the game, depending on how you want to count it for how it went for the last 2 days.
Well, Tegan Kavan is also very good, but Nydree Candy's the $1 million arm, they tell us, huh? Every time we hear about her, that's what we hear. The ESPN put out a graphic last night for Nydree Candy's legendary career. The very first point on that tweet was $1 million player, the first $1 million player. Can we not talk about our on-field accomplishments for just a couple of bullet points before we talk about the NIL money?
Apparently not.
I mean, people are obsessed. People are obsessed.
Yeah, I just, much like probably a lot of people, when she first came here, it was, well, she's coming here for a paycheck. I'm glad that we're the ones paying her, and I hope she plays very well. The amount of respect I have gained for her since she got here, it's night and day. I am happy that she got paid to come here. And I am happy that she is wearing a Texas Tech cap from this point forward.
She has done everything right. All right, let's just lean into the bit. Question of the day, your most frustrating sports loss. It can be a high school loss, something you've endured as a fan or as a player. Give us your most frustrating moments in sports. We'll come back with some headlines and then answer those at 9:30. More after this. 100.7 The Score, seat of the bench.
Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. Time for us to answer the question of the day. After last night's frustrating loss to Texas, I think it was frustrating because it was back-to-back. It's frustrating because it was a national championship, and it seems like those are just eluding the Red Raiders, especially as a longtime Texas Tech fan. It's frustrating because it was up against Nydree Candy, and you just felt like if you had a chance to win one, it would have been with her. It was frustrating because in the biggest moments, it seemed like, of the game, you just didn't rise to the occasion, except for Logan Holloman. Hey, shout out to Logan Holloman. She made 2 incredible catches. But there was just several moments in this game where it felt like your backs are against the wall and you just couldn't come through. The bases loaded for you, the bases loaded for them. The throw at third, the foul ball that leads to most of that. It seems like you had the opportunities last night and just could not break through. Still 61 wins. I think it is a frustrating game. I don't think it's the most frustrated I've been as a Texas Tech fan. So you can give us your most frustrating losses in your fandoms or in your playing career if you want to go back to high school or college if you were a college athlete.
Oh, well, if we're going playing career.
Yeah, whatever it is. Whatever game you've been involved in at any level. It could be Little League for all I care.
Okay, so the one that I wish I could go back and go back and fix, but you can't. Sophomore year in high school, 500 free in the district swim meet. I was in line to make regionals. Like I was close. I'd had a good meet, but I was in line to make regionals, which is the bar for what being a letterman was, kind of thing. Hit the water, and as soon as I hit the water, my goggles went around my neck. I had my slowest time in a month and a half on that. Yeah. Never wore those goggles again. Changed goggles immediately, like that. From that point forward, like summer league kid, I was in different goggles. Never wore those goggles again. That's the most frustrating because I'm not blaming the tools. There were several people that said, "I don't think you're going to want to keep those goggles for the whole season." I was like, "Oh no, they've been fine. I've been doing great with them. Look, they never splash." And now I can't see for the next 500 yards. So yeah, that's as bad as last night was. That there was pain involved with that when chlorine in the eyes for 500 yards. Yeah. And no one cares.
To the text line, our Pirates series win. Nothing else happened yesterday. That's from Poncho.
Is this the Pirates team? Like the show that you guys picked the Pirates?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Our Pirates.
So it's the bottom line that picked the White Sox. No, it was Tech Talk that did the White Sox.
The Tech Talk has the White Sox, yeah.
Okay.
Having an expectation to win the national championship is not terribly intelligent, in my opinion. To be in Oklahoma City, sure, it's extremely hard to win a national championship. We had a shot. Texas wasn't scraping the bottom of the barrel in funding for softball.
Huh. Let me read that.
Having an expectation to win the national expectation and everything they said about Texas Tech in every single regional and super regional game was this expensive roster was built to win a national championship. The national expectation, you were the favorite. You won the most games this season. You were the favorite. Now,
you were the favorite in both of these two games.
To the committee, you were an 11 seed.
Right.
And you had to come through the 11 seed route to get there, but you got there. You were there. And in Vegas, you were the favorite in both games, and Texas won. Now, I don't think you were an underdog, but I don't think Texas was an underdog either. That was two evenly matched Titans going at it, and Texas Tech didn't get it done. Texas did. But when you started this season at the very beginning, the expectation was to be back in the national championship game and to get it done.
Yeah, like starting tomorrow, like we said at the beginning of the show, that the anniversary is tomorrow of you losing in the national championship game last year. That's when the national championship expectation started because you were one game away then.
And you know what happens next year?
Same thing.
You have an expectation to get back.
You were number one team at the beginning of the year. You and Texas were both ranked number one early on this year in softball for the top 25 rankings. And preseason number one, preseason number two, preseason number one, like it went back and forth. and then the games got started, and Texas lost, so you jumped up, and then you lost, you dropped down, and then you could never get going back up because your strength of schedule wasn't going to get you up high enough, even if you'd won all your games. And then you had some extra losses there to keep you from retaining that top spot. But at the end of the year, the two teams that were slated to be number 1, number 2 played for the championship. And oh, by the way, you were favored in both of those games by Vegas in the championship series, and you lost both of them.
Yeah, I think it's not dumb to have championship expectations. I love it.
Do the Dodgers expect to win the World Series this year?
No, they're stupid. Oregon game for sure. That's this texter's most frustrated to get to the biggest stage of our football team ever, and then to lay an egg was extremely frustrating. You certainly laid an offensive egg. I think you proved your defense was where it was supposed to be. Frustrating losses ranked: Basketball Natty, Orange Bowl, 08 Oklahoma, 05 Florida, Elite 8, 25 Florida Elite 8, back-to-back softball natties. Why do we even like sports? The Florida Elite 8.
That hurts worse for me than the national championship does.
That one was bad.
Listen, I get that you were one shot away from winning the national championship at the buzzer. I get that it's for a national championship and those are really hard to get to. I don't look back at that team and be angry at the loss. I look back at the Oregon game and I get angry again. I go back and look at 2008 Oklahoma and I get angry again. I say the name Lukenbaker. I get mad again. I don't get that way with that national championship team. I'm proud of that team.
But I think if you went back and watched the game itself,
there's a lot in that game to be upset about.
Missed the corner missed the closeout on the corner 3.
The fake foul.
And then you're frustrated with the tip drill out of bounds that was off them. And they called it off Moretti's pinky. The trip.
That wasn't.
It was just a frustrating loss because you should have won that game.
But I wouldn't
say mad. You're just frustrated.
I get mad at the Oregon game.
It's Tech. What'd you expect?
I expected to win. There.
Texas Tech softball is a better team this year, but they were only an intentional walk away from winning in 2 games in 2025. Best chance was 2025. Yeah, you got to game 3 in 2025, so I can't argue that. The OU beatdown in 08 or the 2019 National Championship basketball game. Another one there. Oh, we've got an ice bowl.
Before my time.
And a 2025 Women's College World Series losses were more frustrating to this texter than this year even.
I put the Cotton Bowl against Alabama. I think is higher than last night. No, I take that back. No. Cotton Bowl is higher than last year's Oklahoma City loss.
I'm still frustrated with the officiating in that game. His knee was down and they let him go score.
Yeah. I just see that ugly kick.
The knuckleball.
Oh, my God. My list might just be where I'm mad.
One of the most frustrating losses for me was the 2014 divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Packers 26, Cowboys 21, the Dez non-catch game. I still believe he caught it. We should have won the game. If he caught it, there was 2 minutes left. They would have ripped your hearts out like they did in 2016 when you scored and they still came back. They threw it to that dumb tight end over the middle and they kicked a 60-yard field goal and beat you anyways. That would be mine. More after this.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score is the End of the Bench. We'll get back to the most frustrating losses. The chat line was full of them. But first, the all-tournament team for NCAA's Women's College World Series. You Jocelyn Brisky from Alabama. 2 more Alabama players. Jordy Fromm and Child from Nebraska. Tinsley from UCLA, the pitcher that threw 190 pitches against you. Jordan Woolry from UCLA. And you had Nidri Kennedy, Maya Davis, Caitlin Terry, Mia Williams from Texas Tech, Katie Stewart the big bopper from Texas, and the most outstanding player, Tegan Kavan.
I have no issue with that list.
No?
From the one you gave me. Like, there might be somebody on that list that I feel shouldn't have been on there overall if you didn't give the entire list. But with the names you listed,
sure,
0.0 issues.
Let's check the calendar, Lucas.
Your daily look at what's happening in the world of sports, birthdays, and holidays. Let's check the calendar.
It is National Donut Day on June 5th. We had some donuts in the office. What's your favorite donut? I prefer the old-fashioned sour cream donut, the craggly donut with the edges, or a blueberry cake donut.
If we're just talking the donut and not talking like Long Johns or Bear Claws or anything along those lines.
Well, those are donuts.
Well, I put those in a different category.
Yeah, anything you can buy at a donut
because I'm not
shop.
buying a dozen Long Johns.
Oh, well.
I'm buying a dozen donuts. I'm not buying a dozen Long Johns. I don't put donut holes in the same category. I wouldn't put kolaches in the same category, even though you get them all at the donut shop. There is something about a really good glazed donut that is, when they get it right, makes up for every other donut. It's when you don't have a good glazed donut that you have to get tricky with it. Start with a really good glazed donut, and I'm probably going to like all of your donuts.
So glazed is
We
your favorite?
start there.
Okay.
Like the chocolate iced is probably where I go next. But do the vanilla ice cream good first.
There's a giant donut with Fruit Loops on it down there.
I will never eat that donut. Lucas, eat it? Is that what he's saying?
I would eat it.
You would? Yeah, no.
I had the Fruity Pebbles one that they had
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago. I'm still a child.
What's your favorite donut?
Well, contrary to what Jeff just said, my actual favorite are donut holes. Chocolate donut holes, but just your generic chocolate with sprinkles.
You know, the mini chocolate iced donuts are also up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's for Denmark. I'm not going to read that. Hot air balloon day. You ever been in a hot air balloon?
I'm not sure. I say this because my mom was a huge fan of hot air balloons. I could have been in one when I was very young and don't remember.
Okay.
I'm going to lean toward no, but there could be a picture of me somewhere that I haven't seen it forever that I'm actually in a hot air balloon. I have been around a lot of hot air balloons. I don't know that I've ever been in one.
It's National Gingerbread Day.
Feels a little early for that.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking gingerbread this time of year.
That's what Big Gingerbread does. So
Oh,
you get
okay.
Popsicle Day in December, and when we're not selling enough gingerbread or popsicles, we're putting a day in the middle of the year that doesn't make sense. That's what happens.
Yeah.
National Veggie Burger Day.
When the King place did their Impossible one, I said repeatedly, "This is not what I would order." But if someone handed it to me, I'm not upset. So take that for what it's worth.
I got one just to get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
It was fine. Yeah, it's not what I would order. I would order the full-fledged, fake meat burger that they already serve, as opposed to the fake meat that they were pretending isn't meat.
And Sausage Roll Day, which this just looks like a pig in a blanket. I thought a sausage roll was like ground sausage, minced meat. Isn't that a British thing, sausage rolls?
Maybe, possibly.
This just looks like a pig in a blanket to me, which I'm in for. I'm down. Lucas, any birthdays?
Quite a few birthdays and a wide variety of celebrities and athletes. So we'll start off with Pete Wentz, 47 years old, from Fall Out Boy. Nick Kroll, mainly a voice actor. He's in Sing and Goat, the new Netflix movie, Sausage Party, Big Mouth, all that stuff. He's 48 years old. And then we have Jeff Garlin, Daddy Daycare, Toy Story 3, mainly known for the Goldbergs and Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's turning 64 years old. Then we have Mark Wahlberg turning 55. Then we have Richard Belvins turning 35, better known as Ninja, the world's most popular Fortnite streamer. He's 35. Kenny G turning 70 years old today.
70.
70, yeah.
Can we spin some Kenny G in the second hour for him?
I think I can swing that for sure. Joe Gatto turning 50 from Impractical Jokers. And then Robert Kraft turning 85 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. I was a little surprised to see 85.
Hope he has a great day.
Me too. And then Marquise Colston, 43. And Sam Darnold, 29.
Wow, so young. Just getting started. He's going to try to run back a Super Bowl next year.
In history, 1981, Houston Astros pitcher Nolan Ryan passes early win as the all-time walks leader in Major League Baseball. Also on this day in 1986, San Diego Padre Steve Garvey is ejected for the first time in his 16-year Major League Baseball career. He was arguing about Atlanta's triple play in that game. And on the Texas Tech side of sports, we've already kind of hinted at this already, but it was a year ago today that Texas Tech broke a scoreless tie with 2 runs in the 5th and 6th innings and withstood a late rally from Texas to extend the championship series in the Women's College World Series to a third and decisive game after a 4-3 win over the Longhorns.
I just wanted one of them.
The championships or one of the games this year?
At least one this year. I've certainly one of the championships. You know what I'm fascinated by? I'm fascinated by the amount of Florida fans and Tennessee fans in the Texas Tech fan mentions just still incensed about things that went on in the last couple of weeks. I mean, you set yourself up via the handshake drama at Florida and Tennessee and everything that went through having Mia Williams as a transfer, having Taylor Panel as a transfer. The Taylor Panel stuff, it happened so quickly. She was in the portal and out of the portal in like side of 24 hours. Mm-hmm. Which doesn't happen at other schools, certainly not Lincoln Garcia being in and out quickly. So people only think about Texas Tech as Tamper Tech,
sure,
whatever you want to call it. And so there's all of this drama going on. And then you get beat for a national championship. And certainly Texas fans are giving it to Texas Tech fans. And quite honestly, Texas Tech fans earn it.
Sure.
Every day they pay their dues, right? We give it to everyone else. Certainly we're getting it back. But the amount of Florida fans and Tennessee fans that were just all over Tech fans last night was unbelievable to me. You did so much in this playoff, and it was most of it was blown out of proportion, obviously. But you were considered the villain last night over Texas, the evil empire.
Mm-hmm.
Mike White is getting painted as a nice guy.
Your coach even.
And Jerry Glasgow is the rampaging idiot in the dugout that people are talking about.
Correct.
We're in bizarro world.
We are.
It's unbelievable. I'm not going to say I'm not enjoying it, but it's unbelievable. More after this.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It's the End of the Bench. We'll get back to more frustrating losses on the chat line. There's plenty more to go through. You can also text in about anything else today, maybe some happy memories, so we can start to move on.
The good times.
Maybe you're
It's kind of
serious
like
about the best
it's starting
times.
to feel like the sad song whenever in Fox and the Hound, when whatever face old lady Gertrude is leaving the fox out in the woods, and all of a sudden there's just a choir singing from the trees about being left behind.
Hey, speaking of the NCAA football game that Pat White killed me in for, I don't know, I had to like restart 6 straight games in the basement one time.
Cheater.
Well, it was a different time.
I went undefeated. I didn't lose a single game.
It was me and my buddy Zach, who I think is still at Franklin High School. They either played for a state championship in baseball yesterday or today. One of the two.
Did you guys do a high for New Home?
We listened to them live. Yes, we did yesterday.
Okay. I figured I was just.
Yeah, it was
gonna
live
do a
during the
delayed
show
one.
yesterday, and we should have gotten back to it today. First state championship in that program's history. You know, I meant to write that up on the website yesterday. I probably can today. Shout out New Home. Let's do some burning questions.
2 minutes of non-stop
I wanted to hear
in-your-face
what you were gonna say
inquiries
about
with
college
no
football
end in
game.
sight. It's time for Burning Questions.
Speaking of the college football game.
You know, for just a second, you said burning questions with Clint earlier, and I was like, was I supposed to?
Oh, no, you're fine. In the new, did you follow along with any of the new updates and stuff yesterday?
For the video game?
Yeah, for the video game.
I watched the trailer.
Trailer was awesome.
I have a theory.
It's a little more understandable that Kurt Cignetti was on the cover post-trailer.
Yeah.
I didn't like that he was on the cover originally. I think it should be reserved for the players. But the trailer I thought was good.
I don't think it's that much of a crackpot theory either. I think there was originally going to be a Brendan Sorsby edit in there, and then they were like, oh, we don't know what to do. So that was he wasn't in the trailer.
Right.
That was my theory.
Interesting. For the road to glory, you can pick archetype for whatever player you want to be like.
Yeah.
Here are the quarterback options.
Okay.
I want who you would want to be like in the video game, which archetype you would use.
Okay.
Now there's a bunch
I
of
have
them
not
on
seen
here.
this one.
There's a bunch of them on here, so you can either stop me if one of them is like, oh yeah, that guy. Also, one of these is going to bring up Clint Scott's most disappointing loss of all time. And we haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm just guessing it's the one he's going to say. So you can be Johnny Manziel, Steve Young. Those are the two backfield creator options.
Okay.
The dual threat options, Cam Newton, Mike Vick, Vince Young.
You're probably not going to get past Mike Vick. Honestly, Johnny Manziel, if you don't have to be Johnny Manziel, right? Like video game form, this is just a video game thinking.
Right.
That's super fun to play as.
Yeah, you don't have to do the Scooby-Doo costume and all the cocaine. You can just be
Yeah.
on the field, Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Is that an option in the video game?
But maybe.
We've stolen from
It
Grand
se-
Theft Auto mechanics.
It seemed to be pretty immersive yesterday. The NIL is going to be in there. You can upgrade facilities. It seems to be much more immersive going forward.
You're probably not going to get better than Mike Vick, but I do want to hear the rest of them.
The pure runners are Pat White and Tim Tebow.
I got to have a little...
No, I wouldn't do
I
either
don't
of
like
those.
the label just pure runners because it makes me... In my mind, they're going to be like, yeah, you can't throw with this guy at all.
I also don't like lefties in the game.
Oh, you have to be...
Well, probably not, but
Yeah.
I don't like playing with left-handed quarterbacks. Sorry, Lucas. He's lefty.
Mm-hmm.
The pocket passers, Drew Bledsoe and Andrew Luck.
Just never a... That seems a little unfair to say that just for Andrew Luck. That seems like boxing him in for the archetype. Yeah, I'm going Mike Vick. Yeah, easy. Going Mike Vick. I mean, that's the most versatile
Right.
on that list, right?
Yeah. Steve Young, also a lefty.
And I'm going a little more speed over Cam Newton because I assume that that's not as fast, but you're able to be like, hey, why don't you line up on that goal line and I'm just going to run through you.
I would assume Vince Young has the biggest arm of the three. Well, I don't know. Mike Vick had a cannon. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably Mike Vick.
Yeah.
Because he's probably got 99 speed and 99 on throw power. You might not know where it's going, but...
Mm-hmm. Were you wanting me to react harsher towards Andrew Luck?
Well, I assumed...
I have no ill will towards Andrew Luck.
But is that...
I like Andrew Luck.
Was he involved in your most disappointing loss?
No.
Frustrating loss?
No, there was more before. There have been bigger ones after.
So would you go to the Super Bowl losses?
I would go specifically to the Eagles one was hard to watch, don't get me wrong, but the all of the buildup for Pat versus Brady, this is the guy who's taking over. He can beat this guy and strip that mantle away from him and just get – I mean, Pat played great. Your receivers didn't catch the ball. Your offensive line was banged up, but at the same time was just like, hey, have you met Patrick Mahomes? If you haven't, I'll take you back to
Have you met Pat?
That one's up there. Also, no one wants to hear about this, but there's another school that has several other frustrating losses that make me want to pull my hair out.
I don't know. I was with you in that Andrew Luck comeback in the playoffs, and you were pretty frustrated.
I think in retrospect, winning Super Bowls has wiped that away because I also had a really hard time if I saw anything about Marcus Mariota for a while. The dumbest things were happening to Alex. You're right. The dumbest things were happening to Alex Smith-led Chiefs teams. Like, almost borderline impossible things were happening.
Dude, Marcus Mariota catching his own touchdown.
Dude, and then the call with Derek Johnson that should have been a fumble, should have been a turnover. Stupid. I'm over it. You're right. We're good. Which type would you like to play as, Lucas?
Of those quarterbacks, which one would you?
I would go with the dual threat. Definitely the Vic for sure. But maybe also Steve Young, one of the two. But yeah, definitely. I played a little. It was competitive flag football, but it wasn't like a big deal. But I did a little bit of that in college, and I played a little bit like Michael Vick. Definitely not talent-wise, but I did run around a lot and threw the ball, so that's kind of how I played. So
I also played flag football over at LCU for intramurals, but I was more of a Jared Lorenzen archetype over there. So.
They put you a quarterback? B team?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear my most frustrating loss?
I have one more burning question,
okay,
and then we can get back to those because I do want to hear it. Derrick Henry is 31 and is 10th all-time in rushing in the NFL with 13,018 yards. How high can he get? 6th is 14,101. To get into the top 5, he needs 2,000 more yards to surpass, or really 1,900 more yards to surpass Adrian Peterson.
Are you saying by the end of his career?
By the end of his career, does he get in the top 5? Does he have the chance to pass Emmitt Smith? He would need 5,200 and something yards to get there.
I think he's going to be top 5, closer to 5 than to 1, but he's not breaking that. But I think he's got a couple years left in him.
He needs 3,000 yards to pass Frank Gore to get to 3rd all-time. 3,600 yards to get to 2nd all-time.
Outside of 2nd.
He's been in the league for like 10 years. I don't think he'll get in the top 5.
More after this.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. Hey, by the way, 100.7 The Score in the Home Zone have already given away over $80,000 locally, and now we're doing it again. That's right. One local winner, $10,000. Listen every day for the winning word. Take that word to doubleTSportsNetwork.com, and you can enter once a day on this station, once a day on Double T, but every day you hear a word, you can enter for the $10,000 grand prize. Then we'll all meet at King Louie's on Friday, June 26th to award one local winner of $10,000 in cash. This is with the Home Zone, making your house a home, and 100.7 The Score with the word today, Blackburn. Blackburn.
Ooh, going a little soccer today.
For Macy Blackburn. On Double T 97.3 during Tech Talk, you'll have another soccer name from 3 to 6. This texter says, was Nebraska, Florida, Alabama, UCLA, OU, Texas, Tennessee not built to win a championship? Texas Tech wasn't the only team to built to win, but there's only one. I don't get that Texas Tech is a failure. They, like many other built to win a championship, failed in the goal, but not a failure. Which is what I said. The other texter said, go read Man in the Arena. I don't know how to say it any other way. Those girls wanted to win last night. They wanted to win a championship. They failed in the goal to win a championship. The Man in the Arena is about going and taking your failures and turning them into success. I'm not in the arena. I'm not saying that those girls stink because they didn't win. It's just a blatant fact that they failed in their pursuit to win a championship. A lot of those girls are coming back, and they will try to valiantly pursue that pursuit next year too. Nigel Kennedy ends her career without a national championship, and she said last night, and I thought it was a good quote, that a player shouldn't be judged on only winning national championships or not. She did a ton of good in her career. She succeeded in growing the game. Lots of little girls are out there watching softball because Nigel Kennedy is a household name. Mia Williams had a lot of personal success this year. Jerry Glasgow just took a team to 60-plus wins. This unit of girls won the most softball games out of any other softball team in America this year. Probably at any level. 60-plus. They failed to win a national championship. And that's okay. We fail all the time in life. And life is about failing and not quitting. Life is about failing and getting knocked down and moving forward from it. It's a part of sports. Only one team succeeded this year in the goal to win a national championship, and that was the Texas Longhorns. And this is the moral victory conversation. I'm not opposed to moral victories, but every victory and success that Texas Tech can claim this year is moral victories and moral successes. And they had a ton of them. And they're going to grow from them. And they're going to pursue a championship next year. But they didn't win a national championship. They failed in that pursuit.
Mm-hmm. Well, why didn't you just say it like that the first time?
This texture says a nap sounds good right now. I agree.
I'm just kidding.
I think we should all get a 1 hour lunch and then a 1 hour siesta. I'm down.
Yeah, that sounds great. What's for lunch?
I don't know yet. I'm going to go get a hot dog on the patio.
A flipping hot dog?
A flipping hot dog.
A flipping hot dog.
I don't have a lot of work to do.
Your lunch, you're doing a lunch hot dog.
Uh-huh.
Because generally, if I'm getting a hot dog from somewhere not at my house,
Mm-hmm.
it is a works kind of hot dog.
Sure.
Like there is going to be toppings aplenty on said hot dog. But at lunch, I'm probably not doing that. Well, lunch if I have a day like today where there's a 3-hour show coming.
Well, actually, if I did go get a flippin' hot dog, it'd probably actually be like a chopped cheese or something over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like chili, cheese,
those hot
sauerkraut,
dogs are
relish.
very,
Like
are very heavy. Yeah.
and that's not a complaint. They do they do an incredible job.
Yeah. This texter said, I just had to stop for an apple fritter because of y'all. Well, it's National Donut Day, so.
Oh, that's how that started. I never asked.
National Donut Day.
Yeah. Oh, we should celebrate at some point.
There's some donuts in the break room.
What was the, was it a donut dog? No, it was a cookie dog. What were?
Cookie dog last year.
Cookie dog, yeah.
It was a cookie surprise or something, whatever Collier was calling it.
Cookie surprise is better than hot dog surprise.
Yeah. Well, that ruins the surprise.
Yeah, but I also like the name Cookie Surprise more than Hot Dog Surprise.
Yeah.
Is it just an apple fritter? Or are you doing, if you're getting an apple fritter, you're doing apple fritter, and then you go, and also, I'll have one of those.
It is Ask the Benchwarmers. It could also be Ask the Chatline. So you ask that guy
yeah.
if he's getting an apple fritter.
I'm just curious. Yes, to our texter, did you get more than an apple fritter? There's nothing wrong with either. I'm just curious.
Sure, yeah.
I'm just curious.
Now, you were talking about donut holes as your favorite earlier. Lucas,
No.
Lucas said donut holes was his favorite. Have you done the donut holes with the chocolate icing drizzle on them? It's like a tray of donut holes with the chocolate icing drizzle.
I have not, but that sounds really appealing.
Yeah. I'll tell you where they are after this. Also, we were going to get back to your most disappointing loss, so let's end it there.
Okay.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's really.
I don't want to let you off the hook, Lucas.
Got two.
Okay.
Both are LA Chargers. January 9th, 2022. Chargers and Raiders could have both made the playoffs if they just ended in a tie. But the Raiders made the field goal in overtime and beat the Chargers 35-32.
I forgot all about that.
That was brutal. So, as much as it's been advertised that I don't like the Chiefs, definitely hate the Raiders more.
Yeah.
But I get what they were coming from. You don't want another AFC West team in the playoffs.
The Raiders went to the playoffs in 2022. Who's a quarterback at that point? Is that Gardner Minshew?
Carr.
Was it still Derek Carr?
Yeah.
But he didn't play in that playoff game. It was Connor Cook? Or was that the time before they went to the playoffs?
Not sure.
I have blocked that completely. I think that's right.
I couldn't remember if Derek Carr never played in the playoffs because he got hurt late in that season, but that seems like way before 2022. Anyways, you said you had a second one?
And then January 14th, 2023, the infamous up by 27 against the Jaguars in the wild card.
I forgot about that one, too.
And
That one was not because of you. You weren't doing this, but there was some in the Chiefs fans. I was, for some reason, from that round, getting like people chirping from the Chargers in the first half. Not you, but everybody else. I was kind of thrilled with that outcome.
You know,
that was brutal. And the Chargers didn't have any turnovers, and the Jags had 5.
Yeah.
And they still couldn't win.
Lucas, I'm not trying to put you on like depression watch or anything, but I've seen a lot of sentiment that it's amongst sports fans, Texas Tech fans like have the most heartbreak or whatever. And I think collegiately, heartbreak is good because it means you're getting to some high points. You had a lot of heartbreak in the NCAA tournament. Well, you made the NCAA tournament, right? You're losing a bunch of national championships. Well, you're playing in a bunch of national championships. The Chargers, all of those seasons where you like start 8-0 and then miss the playoffs and
bolt up.
Those 2 games you just mentioned.
And Herbert can't win a playoff game, but he has phenomenal regular seasons or stellar good.
Tyrod Taylor getting stabbed in the chest and his lung exploding. I mean, the Chargers just. It would be really hard to be a Chargers fan, Lucas.
Hey, by the way, thanks for not bringing up Northern Iowa today. That means a lot.
More great sports talk after this, but it's the bottom line.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
This has been the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 107thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.